Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Did you know that a staggering 70% of Americans don't have a budget? That's right, and what's even crazier, the amount of wealth people could build with just a few simple budgeting hacks is unbelievable. Think about it. How much money are you leaving on the table just because you're not keeping track of your finances? So, if you're ready to stop missing out, stop living paycheck to paycheck, and start stacking that cash, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving deep into powerful budgeting hacks that can help you save money, crush your debt, and ultimately set you on the path to becoming rich. And when I say anyone can do this, I mean it. Whether you're just starting out or you've been trying to budget for years but haven't quite nailed it yet, these tips are for you. So grab a pen and paper because you'll definitely want to take notes on this. Alright, let's talk about why so many of us struggle with managing our finances. You ever look at your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? Trust me, we've all been there. Whether it's those impulse buys, like grabbing that extra snack at the checkout, or buying something you didn't really need online, or those subscription services we signed up for and forgot about. It's so easy to lose track of our spending. The problem with this lack of financial awareness is that it not only prevents us from saving money, but it also keeps us from investing in our future. It's kind of like trying to run a marathon without training first. Super tough and pretty much guaranteed to end in frustration. I remember a time when I thought I had everything under control. But then I checked my bank statement and realized I had spent way more than I thought. It was a wake-up call, and it made me realize how important it is to have a budget and stick to it. If you've ever had that moment of panic, you're not alone. The good news is it doesn't have to be that way. With the right strategies, you can regain control over your finances and start building the wealth you deserve. So, how do we turn things around? Let's start with the basics, the 50-30-20 rule. If you haven't heard of this before, it's a simple framework that suggests you allocate 50% of your income to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings or paying off debt. It's a straightforward way to ensure you're not overspending in any one area and that you're setting aside enough for your future. Next up, let's talk about the power of budgeting apps. We live in a tech-savvy world, so why not use that to our advantage? Apps like Mint or YNAB are fantastic for tracking your expenses effortlessly. They'll send you alerts when you're close to overspending and help you set realistic savings goals. And the best part? You can link these apps directly to your bank account, so you don't have to manually enter every transaction. It's all done for you. Speaking of goals, having clear financial targets can be a game changer. Maybe you're saving for a vacation, building an emergency fund, or paying off debt. Whatever your goal is, write it down. Studies show that people who write down their goals are more likely to achieve them. So, take a few minutes to jot down what you're working toward and check in with yourself regularly to see how you're doing. I started setting clear financial goals a few years back, and it completely transformed the way I manage my money. I set a goal to save for a down payment on a house, and by sticking to my budget and using some of the hacks I'm sharing with you today, I was able to reach that goal much faster than I thought possible. It's amazing what a little bit of focus and discipline can do. Now, Here's the kicker. The key to success isn't just about creating a budget. It's about sticking to it consistently. You have to be disciplined. And I know that sounds easier said than done, but let me share a small trick that can make a huge difference. Cut back on just one unnecessary expense each month. Whether it's that daily coffee run or those late night takeout orders, pick something that you can live without and see how much you save. It might seem small at first, but trust me, it adds up. Kind of like compound interest, but for your spending habits. And once you start seeing those savings grow, it'll become a whole lot easier to stick to your budget and even adjust it to reach bigger financial milestones. For example, after cutting back on those coffee runs, you might find you've saved enough to start an emergency fund or invest in a new income stream. It's all about building momentum. Let's look at some real-world examples. According to a study, the average American spends about $1,100 per year on coffee alone. Imagine if you cut that in half or eliminated it entirely. What could you do with an extra $500 or more a year? Maybe invest in the stock market, put it toward a vacation, or pay off some debt. The possibilities are endless. By implementing these budgeting hacks, you can take control of your finances and start building the life you've always dreamed of, one where money isn't a constant worry. Imagine living life on your terms, with the freedom to make choices based on what you want, not what you can afford. It's totally possible, and the best part is, you don't have to be a finance guru to make it happen. Just be consistent, stay disciplined, and keep your eyes on the prize. Remember, every small step you take today brings you closer to financial freedom. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more personal finance tips. And I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite budgeting hack? Drop it in the comments below because your tip might just help someone else reach their financial goals. Also, check out my other videos for more ways to save money, invest, and build wealth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.